Have you ever wondered, why do our lives sometimes fall into chaos just because of the seemingly harmless things we share with others? Imagine you're sitting with a cup of coffee, sharing a little secret with a close friend, and then suddenly it becomes a viral story. That feeling is not pleasant at all, right? The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us many valuable lessons on how to maintain calm and happiness. One of those lessons is, know how to keep important things for yourself. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt tired of sharing too much and feeling hurt? Or have you ever regretted revealing your plans and goals to others and then realized it didn't bring the desired results? Let's ponder this with Morgan, and I believe that each of us has our own stories, and through sharing, we will learn many useful things from each other. Morgan is here to help you realize the valuable lessons from Stoicism, helping you live happier and more confident lives. Together, we will discover 7 things that you should not reveal to others to protect balance and peace in life. These lessons will not only make you stronger, but also help you become a better version of yourself. If you are eager to know what are these 7 things that we should not reveal to others, then let's start this journey with Morgan by leaving a comment. Not reveal, and let's explore interesting things together to make life better every day. Do you know why our inner thoughts and personal feelings are so important? Imagine you are standing in front of the vast ocean, waves gently lapping on the sandy shore. The sea is like our mind, and those waves are fleeting emotions and thoughts. If you let those waves spread too far, they can sweep you into a spiral of endless insecurity and anxiety. So what will we do? Coming to number 1, inner thoughts and personal emotions. Stoic philosophy, which Morgan is passionate about, teaches us that keeping our thoughts and emotions private is a way to protect ourselves. When you share too much about your feelings and deep thoughts, you are opening your heart and soul to others. This isn't always bad, but in many cases it can make you more vulnerable. Have you ever shared a secret, a sadness, and then felt regretful for not keeping it to yourself? Morgan wants to tell you a story. A friend of Morgan, he is a very open person and always shares all his thoughts with others. But then one day he realized that the things he shared were taken advantage of, became a topic of discussion, and even hurt him. He felt lost and decided to learn to keep a part of his inner world for himself. He has gradually regained peace and confidence in life. Or like the interesting story about a famous character, great inventor Thomas Edison. Edison was not only famous for his inventions, but also for the way he kept his inner ideas and feelings private. Instead of sharing his initial thoughts with everyone, Edison decided to keep them to himself, focusing on research and experimentation. It was his steadfastness and calmness in thinking that helped him achieve great achievements without being influenced by outside opinions. Can you imagine if Edison shared all his thoughts and feelings? Would he have been focused and determined enough to invent the electric light bulb? You see, retaining personal thoughts and feelings does not mean we become isolated or closed off. It's simply that we know how to protect ourselves, know when to open up and when to hold back. Inner thoughts are priceless treasures for each person. When you know how to appreciate and preserve them, you will find inner peace and strength. Think about the times you shared a big plan and received criticism in return, demotivating your motivation. If you kept those plans private and only shared them when concrete progress had been made, would you feel more comfortable? Morgan wants you to discuss this in the comments so we can learn and grow together. Stoic philosophy teaches us that peace and happiness do not come from sharing things with the world, but from inner understanding and control. When we retain our personal thoughts and emotions, we not only protect ourselves from negative outside influences, but also create a space of quiet and peace within our souls. Morgan hopes that through these shares, you will find peace and happiness in life. Morgan encourages you to try listening to yourself, keeping your thoughts and feelings private, and observing how we can change. You can start by writing a diary, recording your daily feelings and thoughts without sharing them with anyone. This is a great way to decompress and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Have you ever tried doing this? Morgan looks forward to hearing your experiences. Share with Morgan what you've learned from keeping your thoughts and feelings personal. Let's learn and explore together to become stronger, more confident, and become the best version of ourselves. Dear friends, when we understand that preserving our inner thoughts and personal feelings helps protect our peace of mind, we will move on to another aspect that is equally important: our failures and fears. Think about it. The feeling of failure or fear often makes us weak and insecure. Morgan believes that knowing how to handle and transform these failures and fears will help us become stronger. Do you remember the last time you failed on an important project? It's not a good feeling, and sometimes sharing these fears and failures with others can make us feel worse. But if we retain and transform ourselves, we will learn to be more resilient and confident. Join Morgan to explore how Stoic philosophy can help us turn failures and fears into motivation to grow and develop. Number 2. Failures and fears. According to recent statistics, up to 80% of adults admit that fear of failure prevents them from pursuing their dreams and goals. Morgan has also experienced moments of anxiety and insecurity, and because of that, Morgan understands that facing failure and fear is not easy. Let's join Morgan in remembering the times we faced failure. Feelings of failure often hold us back, and sometimes sharing this fear with others can make us feel worse. However, Stoic philosophy gives us a different perspective on these failures. Marcus Aurelius, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles in the path will become the path." Failures are not obstacles, but valuable lessons that help us grow and become stronger. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt like the fear of failure keeps you from trying new things? Or have you ever shared your fears with others and received negative comments in return? One of the effective ways to overcome fear and failure is to learn to accept and face them. Instead of hiding, we should look our fears in the face and ask ourselves, what is the worst that could happen? Being aware of the worst consequences will help us see that, in fact, things are not as scary as we imagine. Morgan wanted to share a personal experience. One time, Morgan failed miserably in a big project. Instead of getting discouraged and giving up, Morgan decided to sit back, analyze each mistake and learn from them. It was the lessons from failure that helped Morgan improve himself and achieve success in future projects. Think about it. If we consider failure as an inevitable part of life and learn how to overcome it, can we become more mature and confident? To help you find it easier to face your fears and failures, Morgan would like to give you a useful piece of advice. Write down your fears and failures. Then, step by step, find ways to solve and overcome them. This not only helps you see the problem clearly, but also helps you feel in control of the situation. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you gain more motivation and confidence to overcome challenges in life. Remember, failure is just a stepping stone for us to move forward and become stronger. If you agree with what Morgan shared, leave a comment. Step over fear to show your determination. Once we have learned how to face and overcome failures and fears, we will feel more confident looking forward to the future. Morgan believes that it is the times we fall that teach us valuable lessons and train our courage. So, once we are no longer afraid of failure, what do we do next? Join Morgan to discover how to build and protect our future plans and goals. Sometimes, keeping our dreams and plans to ourselves can help us be more focused and determined in our journey to conquer our goals. Let's learn together how to turn your dreams into reality without being distracted by outside comments. Number 3. Future plans and goals. Morgan will take you on a special journey to discover the secrets of your future plans and goals. Have you ever wondered how to maintain your dreams and goals in the face of outside pressures and distractions? Let's find out with Morgan. Stoic philosophy teaches us that future plans and goals should be kept private to protect our focus and determination. One of the famous Stoic philosophers, Seneca, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. It's not because things are difficult that we don't dare to do them. It's because we don't dare to do them that things become difficult." This quote reminds us that courage and determination are the keys to achieving big goals in life. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever shared an important goal with someone and received negative comments that demotivated you? Or do you ever feel pressured when people around you know too much about your plans? Please share your story. Morgan looks forward to listening and discussing with you. When we keep our plans and goals private, we create a quiet space to focus and develop them. Without being distracted by opposing opinions, we can work more effectively and persistently. Imagine that you have a big dream you want to realize, but if you share it too soon, negative comments can hold you back. Instead, keep it to yourself and only share when you've made significant progress. Morgan believes that being discreet not only helps us protect our dreams, but also creates surprise and expectation from those around us when we succeed. This will create a great motivation for us to continue striving and constantly making efforts. A typical example is writer J.K. Rowling, author of the extremely famous Harry Potter series. Before succeeding, she had to face many difficulties and failures. If she shares too much about her plans to write a book, do you think she has enough patience and determination to complete her work? It was her discreetness and determination that helped her overcome all obstacles and achieve great success. Morgan wants to give you some advice. Create a quiet space for yourself to think and develop your plans and goals. Don't let outside pressures make you lose focus and motivation. Believe in yourself and be steadfast in the path you have chosen. Dear friends, if you understand what the secret of future plans and goals is, please leave a comment. Future plans and goals, so we can achieve big dreams and live happily. Be happier every day. It's great that we've explored half the journey together. What impressed you most in the recent parts? Please share that with everyone. Now that we have an insight into how to keep future plans and goals private to protect focus and determination, let's move on to another aspect of life that we often encounter. That is, number 4, discontent and complaints. Have you ever felt that complaints and dissatisfaction not only reduce your positive energy, but also negatively affect those around you? Have you ever wondered why some people, despite many difficulties, still maintain a smile and optimism? This may sound strange, but it is non-complaining and acceptance that helps them achieve inner peace. Morgan wants to tell you an interesting story about a famous figure you may be surprised to hear about, Winston Churchill. It's hard to believe, but Churchill once said, "I never worry about action, only about discontent." This is truly strange for a man who led Britain through the darkest moments of World War II. So why does he see discontent as such a concern? In Stoic philosophy, dissatisfaction and complaining not only reduce our positive energy, but also negatively affect the surrounding environment. The famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not external circumstances that bother you, but the way you perceive them." When we always feel dissatisfied and complain, we create a negative spiral, making things worse. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt that complaining doesn't help improve the situation, but only makes you more tired? Or have you experienced prolonged feelings of dissatisfaction and seen how it saps your spirit? Instead of complaining, Morgan advises you to learn to accept and find solutions. Dissatisfaction is just a sign that something needs to change, and we ourselves have the power to change it. When you stop complaining and start taking action, you will feel a huge positive change in your life. Try applying this approach to your daily life. Instead of complaining about your job, find ways to improve your skills and performance. Instead of being dissatisfied with the relationship, find ways to communicate and understand the other person better. Morgan believes that when we change the way we perceive and react to the situations around us, life will become much lighter and happier. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you realize the power of acceptance and action instead of complaining. I look forward to listening and sharing with you so that together we can live a more inspired and happier life every day. Dear friends, we all know that dissatisfaction and complaints often come from daily pressures in life and work. One of the most common causes is personal financial problems. When we face financial difficulties, dissatisfaction, and anxiety can easily take over our minds, reducing our positive energy and joy in life. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt that financial pressure has made you dissatisfied and complain more about life? Join Morgan to discover how Stoic philosophy can help us face and overcome these financial difficulties to find peace and happiness. Coming to number 5, personal financial issue. Did you know that, according to recent statistics, more than 60% of adults consider financial pressure to be the main source of anxiety and stress in daily life? Morgan has also gone through difficult financial times, and those experiences have helped Morgan better understand the importance of managing finances wisely. In Stoic philosophy, we learn to face difficulties with calm and clarity. Philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Wealth does not lie in having many possessions, but in having few needs. This saying reminds us that financial issues are not only about how much money we earn, but also how we manage and use that money. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt that financial pressure has made you lose the joy of life? Or have you been through difficult money situations and felt helpless? Morgan looks forward to hearing your story. One of the valuable lessons that Stoic philosophy brings is knowing how to accept and manage your needs. When we understand that happiness does not come from owning many possessions, but from being satisfied with what we have, we will find peace in our souls. Think about it. Instead of racing to make a lot of money, why don't we learn to live simply and be grateful for what we already have? There were times when Morgan encountered financial difficulties, but instead of letting worry take over his mind, Morgan learned to plan his spending properly and save. Not only did this help Morgan get through a difficult time, but it also provided a sense of control and peace of mind. You can try applying this method to reduce financial pressure in your life. Remember, peace and happiness do not come from having a lot of money, but from knowing how to manage and use the money you have wisely. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you find balance and peace in your financial life. You can share about your personal financial experiences and how you overcame them. Morgan looks forward to listening and learning from you. Let's create a community that appreciates simple values and lives happier every day. Coming to the next part, Morgan wants to explore with you an important aspect of our lives. Number 6, personal relationships and conflicts. Let's think about the contrast in the lives of a famous couple like Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Although they have a seemingly perfect life in public, they often face conflicts and challenges. What helps them overcome and maintain such a strong relationship? Stoic philosophy teaches us that all conflicts arise from differences in perception and desire. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This emphasizes that in every relationship, the way we face and handle conflict is the decisive factor. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever had a conflict with a relative, friend, or partner and found it extremely difficult to resolve? Or have you ever felt helpless in the face of endless conflicts? When faced with conflict, instead of letting your emotions control you, try looking at the problem from the other person's perspective. This not only helps us better understand the causes of conflict, but also helps us find more peaceful solutions. Morgan always believes that understanding and tolerance are the keys to resolving all conflicts. One lesson from Stoic philosophy that Morgan always applies is knowing how to control his emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, stop, think, and choose a positive and constructive response. When we control our emotions, we not only resolve conflicts, but also create stronger and happier relationships. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you find peace and harmony in your personal relationships. Leave a comment about your experiences and how you overcame conflict so everyone can learn from you. Dear friends, as we have learned together how to resolve conflicts and maintain harmony in our personal relationships, we have found that many conflicts actually originate from differences in attitudes, points, and beliefs. That's right. Personal opinions and beliefs not only influence how we perceive and react in relationships, but also shape our worldview. Join Morgan as we continue to explore how Stoic philosophy can help us respect and accept diversity of opinion and belief, thereby creating a more harmonious and inspired life. Coming to the last number, personal opinions and beliefs. Did you know that genius physicist Albert Einstein once said, "The way we see the world depends on our perspective. Change your perspective, and you will change the world." It's surprising, isn't it? This reminds us that personal perspectives and beliefs not only influence how we view life, but also shape our journey. Stoic philosophy also teaches us that everyone has their own views and beliefs, and it is important that we respect this diversity. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening and understanding other people's perspectives not only helps us broaden our perspectives, but also creates empathy and understanding. Morgan wants to ask you, have you ever felt difficult when faced with opinions contrary to your beliefs? Or have you ever experienced heated debates just because you disagreed with other people's opinions? In life, there are many times when we get caught up in endless debates about personal opinions. This not only destroys peace of mind, but also causes unnecessary conflicts. Instead of trying to change other people's opinions, why don't we learn to accept and respect differences? Once, Morgan participated in a debate on the topic of religion with a close friend. Instead of trying to convince that friend that his beliefs were right, Morgan listened and understood that each person has the right to believe in what they think is right. As a result, the conversation is not only stress-free, but also helps both understand and respect each other more. A valuable lesson from Stoic philosophy that Morgan wants to convey to you is to listen and respect other people's opinions. When we listen with an open heart and without judgment, we create a space of peace and harmony for everyone. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you realize the value of respecting and accepting diversity in personal opinions and beliefs. Share about your experiences and how you learn to respect other people's perspectives. Morgan looks forward to listening and sharing and learning with you. Dear friends, Morgan is very happy that we have gone through the journey together to learn about the 7 things that should not be revealed to others according to the Stoic philosophy. Morgan hopes that these shares have helped you gain new and useful perspectives to maintain peace and happiness in life. Morgan would like to send my sincere gratitude to all of you for taking the time to listen and explore these valuable lessons with Morgan. You are the source of motivation for Morgan to continue spreading good values and living more positively every day. Morgan looks forward to receiving your sharing and comments. Please leave a comment below about your thoughts and feelings after watching this video. In particular, if you have personal experiences related to the topics discussed, please share them so we can learn and grow together. In addition, you can watch other videos displayed at the end of this video. Wishing you always find peace and joy in life. See you in the next videos, where we will continue our journey to discover profound values and inspire happy living. Morgan is always here and looks forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and see you again.